With the inevitable worsening traffic flow along EDSA, despite the heroic efforts of the HPG to put some order into its daily chaotic state, more measures are being conceived to help mitigate this daily way of life of motorists and commuters traveling along the metro's main thoroughfare. One such initiative is the introduction of electric hybrid road trains. And to give us more insights into this proposed major mode of transport, we have invited to Motoring Today's Motoring Forum one of the top minds of the DOST, or the Department of Science and Technology, Director Robert Dizon. Good afternoon, Director Dizon, and welcome to Motoring Today.
Good afternoon, Butch, and to all the viewers of Motoring Today.
Most Manila commuters have heaved a sigh of relief upon hearing that the DOST may have just come up with a working solution to decongest EDSA of its present overpopulation of buses and give commuters an alternative mode of transport that can be efficient, safe, and even environment-friendly by way of what's called a road train. First and foremost, can you briefly describe what a road train is?
Well, the road train, from the name itself, is composed of a number of buses that when you connect them together, they would look like a train. But unlike the train that runs on railroads, this road train can run on regular streets, on our regular roads. So that's why we call it the road train. But unlike buses, this road train is composed of a number of buses. But unlike the buses, we have more room for standing passengers. So this is a type of urban mass transportation wherein passengers take a ride for short distances only, not like the regular buses that are designed for long distance travel. So the road train is designed for short distance travel. It has wide doors for easy entrance and exit. It has faster acceleration and deceleration because we have to cover short distances in a relatively short time period. And actually, it's much like if you have heard of the BRT, the bus rapid transit. It's very similar to the BRT, except that the road train can accommodate more passengers. So the one coach of the road train can accommodate about 60 to 65 passengers. Our road train has 4 coaches plus 1 power coach. So 4 coaches times 60 passengers per coach. Then our road train can accommodate up to 240 passengers, while the regular bus rapid transit can accommodate maybe 80 to 100 passengers. So it really is a combination of the high capacity feature of the trains, but the accessibility of the buses. So that's our road train.
I'm sure you have pushed some pencils and already have an idea of the number of bus commuters that we have in Metro Manila. Now, based on these figures, how many bus trains would be needed to effectively transport our daily commuters, say, along EDSA?
Well, from the data from MMDA and the DOTC, there are about 3,000 to 3,500 registered buses in EDSA. Including the unregistered ones, it can maybe reach about 5,000 during peak hours. So with the road train, we believe that the same capacity can be accommodated by maybe 500 units of road train. So that's a big improvement in terms of road space. 5,000 buses can be replaced by just maybe 500 sets of road train.
Now, based on your travel speed projections, how long would it take a bus train to travel from its starting point, like perhaps in Baclaran to Caloocan, considering all the necessary stops that it has to take along the way?
Let me clarify, Butch, that the road train will not work by itself. It has to be operated as a system. So it needs a dedicated lane wherein there should be fixed stops and fixed durations of waiting time and travel speed. So given that, we have estimated that the road train system, with the road train system, we can have an average speed of 30 kilometers per hour. So if your example in EDSA from Caloocan to Baclaran, that might be around 30 kilometers. So running at 30 kilometers per hour, so it will take just 1 hour from Caloocan to Baclaran.
Tell us, what does it take to see the bus train's fruition? A legislation or a mere executive order? What can keep it from materializing, or what are the obstacles?
For the road train, we have asked the Land Transportation Office if we can register this type of vehicle. So they came over, they inspected the vehicle, and they told us that this type of vehicle is not covered by their any classifications that they have. So they, as it is right now, they cannot classify it or register it under their classification. So it is really difficult. What is required for this to be accepted as a vehicle on the street? Maybe it needs a special legislation or an executive order. We really don't know just yet. But in the meantime, we are doing some tests. In fact, we have a memorandum of understanding. A memorandum of agreement with a private company. They will test its feasibility along C5. So maybe when they find that this is quite feasible, economically feasible, then that would be the time to lobby for any laws that will cover this type of vehicle.
Thank you for your inputs, Director Dizon. Before we end, would you have any message to the motoring public?
Well, we at the DOST, we believe that we are in a better position to solve our own traffic problems as compared to foreign consultants. We know our problems by heart, so we are in a better position to find better solutions. So this road train is one solution that the DOST has thought of that can address our very big problem of traffic, not just along EDSA, but in Metro Manila and other cities in the country as well. So the road train is just one of the solutions that we have thought of. We have also other mass transportation projects. We have the automated guideway transit. We have in fact developed a train set that will run on our railways, the PNR railway. So with this type of solutions, this type of technologies, we are not just solving the traffic problem, we are in fact addressing the industry, the transportation industry. We are promoting localization. We really need to push for local industries. In fact, even more our local transportation industries.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you very much, Butch, for having me here. Happy motoring.
Director Robert Dizon, Executive Director of Metals Industry Research and Development Center of the DOST. Our guest this week on Motoring Today's
Motoring Forum.